Hello fairy friends, I am back with a video I've been trying and intending to make since July over the summer. These big chubby cuties have been in my way. Sorry guys, not to hurt your feelings, but you just take up a lot of space, and I am doing this in my kitchen just because of that fact. I do not have enough room in my big messy doll studio for these chubbers. They came to me through a kind of a doll adventure that I had with my friend, which I'll go over in a little bit. But let's look here at their various states of disrepair. Paint on her feet, and ink stain on her forehead, and hopefully that comes out easily. She's missing hair. They each have their problems. This one is the most soiled, and as you can see, her hands are just filthy. No one ever told her to wash up. Stay tuned if you would like to hear a little bit more about how these cuties came to me, and I'll go over them individually as to what their problems are and what my plan is to tackle those problems. Oh, and one more thing before I talk about my Crissy doll adventure. I'm going to feature these four in a Who's in the Bathtub video, and that's a series I've started just to go over some basic things and some challenging things that you do when you're cleaning up your doll, and I'll put the link in the description once that's done. I hope everyone's enjoying those. I love seeing videos from people of their transformations of their dolls, and also I'm getting a lot of neat feedback from everybody, and I'm getting questions answered too from all of you, so I'm enjoying them. I hope everyone else is as well, so look for that video. And now on with this one. Right, let's look at this cutie up close and look at her challenges. She looks like she was set in paint. It does look like it's a latex paint, and it looks like actually when she was pulled away, the paint had already dried because it's taken part of the surface away, and I think that's drywall. So like that paper covering on the outside of the wall. She has a dimple in her thigh near her bottom that looks like it can just be pushed back out from the inside. And just regular soiling on her hands. She does have this ink spot on her forehead, and if you've seen this before, then you'll notice that the ink kind of blooms inside the vinyl, like it's leached in and then kind of blooms outward. So a small pin mark can get a lot bigger. She is missing hair, as we discussed already. She does have her pull string, so that's good. You don't have to worry about trying to reattach her ponytail. And I'm very gently handling this right now just to show you. But to prevent that cord from breaking, it truly does need to get washed, because that's part of why I'm having difficulties. It needs to be brushed. If these are about 45 years old, then they are definitely in need of a good cleaning. And definitely shampooing that hair will make it work better. And I might camouflage this until I'm ready to fix it properly. She has all of her eyelashes. So all in all, I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give her a 5 as far as how much I have to do to get her looking better. Now on to the next little one. This one is doing great as far as her skin. Superficially, she's doing great. Except, as you can see, she is missing her pony here. That's come unattached at some point. But thankfully, it was saved. And you can see the cord. Basically, that gets threaded through the body and out the back. And then the little plastic loop that you pull it from is what keeps it from going all the way in, and also gives you a little place to stick your finger in to pull it. She has some grime and dirt. Her body is a hard plastic, as all of them are, but some of them have discoloration in the limbs because the limbs are different material. all of them except for one has the softer rubber arms. We'll set her aside. Move on to the next little lady. And I feel this one is doing the best as far as her hair. It is so thick and full. And here I am pointing out that her limbs match in color. And that's because they match in the material that they're made from. The one on the right is 1972. The one on the left is 73, so I'm not sure what happened in between there, but you can see her face is narrower. Her limbs all match, and she's the hard plastic. Her arms and legs aren't rubber, like the softer plastic like the other. And her hair works. Again, not really going to be forceful with it to get it to go all the way in because it needs to be washed, and I don't want to have to repair another pony. But I think her hair still, even though it's filthy, it still has a sheen to it. All of the dolls do. So I will probably wash with the Dawn dish soap. She does have her eyelashes, and then go on to a shampoo to soften up that hair. And here we come to the last one, and she has the grubbiest hands. This is our little lady that never washed up before dinner. And I imagine she's had some great adventures. The little girl who got her feet in paint, I'm sure that has a fun story. And this one is 73. Yeah. So for 45 years old, hey, they're doing great. And her pony looks like it's actually never been trimmed. So I think this is the original length that the baby Crissy came with. So we'll just have to clean up those hands, shampoo. And now I'm just going over a little bit about the smell of the dolls and the grime. There's some grease, and what I normally do is I tackle it with some Dawn dish soap first, get all of that off, and then see what further measures you have to take. And the person who owned these, there's the Dawn dish soap. If it's good enough to get that oil off of wildlife, it is certainly going to help you with your dolls. The person who owned these, the older lady who passed and was selling these in her estate sale, she must have been a smoker because their hair is just so smelly. And my family are not smokers, so this is really not the smell doesn't go over well here. But I found that this citrus scent generic Lysol, if you spray it over them, let that dry, and then go back and spray again, even keeping them out, maybe if you can outdoors while you do that, will get rid of that initially that very jarring smoky smell before you go to shampoo and everything. But I'll use that Dawn dish soap in the hair as well, and then the shampoo will be the second step. But I will go over that in a Who's in the Bathtub video. For now, I want to talk about my doll adventure with my friend. She contacted me and told me about this estate sale lot of dolls that this man he had purchased, and he was trying to get rid of. He really wanted to get rid of them all at the same time. He didn't want anybody to pick through them. He just wanted to be done with them. Well, we couldn't buy them sight unseen, especially because his original pictures were just piles of dolls. They weren't set up in any way so you could actually see them. So we met with him in a public place, my friend and I, and she was actually looking for a baby Crissy, which she found, and she's almost positive that it is her childhood baby Crissy. But along with that, there were 5 baby Crissy, so I have 4 of them. Along with those, there were dolls from the 30s on up to 2000. This man had a truck bed, not like a little mini truck. This was like a regular sized truck, filled with 40-gallon bags of dolls, just like cram-packed dolls. It just looked like a trash truck is what it looked like, but it was dolls. And his cab was filled. We made our way through, even though it was 90 plus degrees. The sun was hot. It was humidity. The humidity was bad. I had a maybe pile, I had a yes pile, and I had a pass pile, which actually the gentleman was helping. He would just put them back in the bag. And I'm very glad that he, was willing. I don't know that it would have been a good idea, or that he actually expected us to buy them without looking at them, but he was very patient, and we did go through them all. There were some that I passed on, and we did it so quickly to get out of the heat that I am going to contact him again, even though we went home with enough dolls to fill her trunk, my friend's trunk, and her back seat almost completely so that she couldn't see out of her back window. Even though it was hot and it took a lot of time, it was so much fun. It was so exciting to dig in each of those bags and see what was going to be in there. And even though my friend got overheated, she was so excited that she had found this person, and that I was so excited to find all these dolls. So you will be seeing these again in another video as I tackle them individually. Thank you so much for spending time with me again, all of my dolly and fairy friends, and I will see you next time.